Hey there, we're back at Sea Power. This is the bargaining chips, but from the Soviet side. I've already played it from the NATO side, you might have seen that video already, and now we're looking at it from the other side. Military actions between the Warsaw Pact and NATO have stalled since several USSR submarines were damaged or sunk in the vicinity of the GIUK Gap. It's mission number 3, Mind the Gap. Elsewhere, land fighting has ground into an uneasy stalemate. Negotiations are ongoing, but with no leverage, neither side is willing to come to a settlement yet. So something has to go, something has to break. And I guess that as the Soviets, we are here to break stuff. We have a pretty hefty task force here. Man. Okay. This is the task force that we were tasked with sinking when I was playing NATO. Commander, we're approaching Attu Island. Ensure your invasion force arrives at the assembly point as soon as possible. Prepare for attack from air assets and surface forces. Very good. What are we given? I seem to have a distinct lack of a submarine. Because in the NATO scenario, I had a submarine and now I do not. So what do we have? Well, we have a Slava. We have the Isashenkov. She's actively using her radar. I think that is our Tu-95, but for some reason I don't have control over it. Okay. I don't really want to go with active radars, thank you very much. K-25PL, I always forget. Does it have radar or no? Yes, it does. Mushroom. Okay, we're going to launch that thing. Our objective is to get over there, and of course NATO forces are probably not having any of that. This whole formation is going to be ordered to go under MCON. I don't want to give my position away, but I might already have done so. MCON. There's the Buvoy, and there's the Ivan Rogov. Okay, so the Buvoy is going to have to keep her escortees, the Gasanov and the Ivan Rogov, safe. We have a couple of aircraft up here, MiG-25s. They don't really hold a candle to an F-14. Recon flight, checking in from the west, that's them. There we go. They don't really hold a candle to the F-14, so it's going to be interesting to get those things closer to their objective. Surface search, air search, we got a surface search large. NATO had a cruiser or two, a destroyer and a frigate. That's this task force right here. Now, of course, if you're playing this for the first time, you might not know all of these things, so potential spoilers ahead. Our objective, how far of a sail is that? We're doing 25 knots over a distance of only 80 miles, so we should be there momentarily with this task force. But that's not everybody. This group is going to have to do another 86 miles, but they're only doing 12 knots. We will be taking a while to get all the way over there. As for this formation, I'm going to disband it. I am not a fan of this formation. I'm going to put everybody in the invasion force. Because something I encountered in the mission when I was playing it from the NATO side is that you are extremely vulnerable if you have your ships this far apart. So, formation, edit that. We're going to push these guys out. We're going to get the Petropavlovsk there, the Sovrameni goes there, Timoshenko goes there. Petropavlovsk, is that the Slava? No, the Slava is the Slava. There's the Slava. There. Alright, I don't really... Oh, and there's the Isashenkov as well. I don't really like it how this northern flank is weak. I'm going to tell the Timoshenko to defend on that side. Slava's going to basically take the lead. Isashenkov's going to go here. Sovrameni's going to go there. We're going to form a nice shield. Petropavlovsk can be the second line of defense. And the Gasanov's going to stand behind the Buvoy. So we're ordered in that general direction. But the NATO forces are most likely going to be right around there. So that's why this formation is going to be as it is. Or at least this is what I have planned. We got a hostile helo up there. My capabilities against that are not great. I can send a MiG after it. But I know that some of these NATO warships have an 80-mile range on the Standard Missile 2. So it is It's extremely optimistic to think that I can get in there and just start shooting down NATO helicopters. As for these things, 914 knots is a bit fast for a bomber, so most likely an F-14. You guys are silent. You, however, have your radar on. We're going to turn those off. They don't have an airport to go back to, which, in a way, gives them limitless fuel. Because that's how the game currently treats this. So these MiGs, they got some impressive range. The problem is going to be to get those missiles delivered to their targets. Because I get outranged by about 30 miles. 40 miles even. I might be able to fly low and very fast directly at the F-14, and if they don't have the radar on, I can potentially have a chance. But if they do have the radar on like this, yeah, no. We're going to push these birds south over the formation. The Tu-95 is also going to change course. I am not that eager to try and get these birds to go one-on-one against the Tomcat, but if they approach the Slava, it becomes a whole different ballgame. Because the SAN-6 has a range of 50 miles. So if I can kite them southwest over the Slava, I have an option. Looks like I didn't even have to kite them. They're just there. Okay, on your head be it. There goes one. Is it just one bird or more? We have them on radar. That's probably a radar from the Tu-95. Fire control radar from Slava, ESM on the Buvoy, and everybody else. Okay. Let's shoot down this Tomcat. If the AI wants to play aggressive like that, I'm all for it. Because I can't stand them with my own aircraft, but hey, if you're going to give me another platform to use against you, I will happily do that. Ooh. Unfortunate. Slava, we're going to go again. Oh, wait. Gotta love the VLS. Wait, what? You're not supposed to do that. The Slava, with its advanced air search, cannot see the target. The Tu-95 can't see the target? What? NATO has activated the Romulan cloaking device and gone. Just like that. That's scary. Don't do that. They just... It's like they dropped off the face of the earth. I really didn't kill them. They just disappeared. Both from my radar, so my active detection can't see them. And on top of that, I can't actually see their signals anymore either. And they were using active radar. So, what the hell? See, this is not fun. This is dangerous. They're coming in close. Slava. I'm gonna double tap. What? Poof. The only explanation I can think of is they're flying low. For some reason. They're flying below the horizon. And as they do that, they just pop out of view. This thing's flying too low. 200 feet. Can't target that. Oh, there's more. There's many more. 914 knots, that's a Tomcat. But they're operating at 37,000 feet. What's going on with this game? There's another bird, it's a helo. F-14A confirmed. Slava, soon. Need you to go down. Whoa, like a brick. I swear this is not sped up. This thing is losing 100 feet per second. What the? How are you even doing that? Can you also climb that fast? Not near. Ooh, hello. Hello. Gotta love harpoons popping up at range nothing. Shit. Multiple as well. Formation order. Air search. Need to start drawing a more complete picture here. Slava has plenty of options to deal with missiles, but I saw them relatively late. And that means I might be screwed over here. Hit one. We've intercepted one so far. How big of a spread was that? This is 518 knots. Those could those be A6s? Or are A6s slower than that? Range. A mile. There we go. We got it. Okay, so an A6 is what we're expecting to come in. It's an attack aircraft at a top speed of 561 knots. Can you stop shooting the Slava, please? I know you're trying to help, but that's not it. 591. So this one could be an A6. This one is not. Because it's too fast. How are they detecting me? They must have my ESM. Or rather, their ESM is picking up my radar signatures. Okay. This is kind of the problem with Soviets. You don't really have that much range, either on your ships or on your aircraft. So if you want to shoot something down at long range, you're going to have to send a plane after it. Which I, for one, don't really want to do. But given the conditions here, and the way that these guys almost took out the Slava, we'll have to. Oof. Close. Okay, I'm going to tell you... Hold on, what's the game set to? Where's that tick box? Don't engage... Don't engage with missiles unless otherwise directed. They took that out? Here. Units auto-attack surface on weapons free. No. We're not going to send anti-ship missiles. I do want you to go after aircraft if you can. That's what I want you to do right now. So if these birds are targetable, which unfortunately they probably are not, because they're flying too low. If they're targetable, you're going to shoot them. And meanwhile, we're going to tell these MiG-25s to hurry up. That is Mach almost 2.83. We got to get to 30-mile range. More F-14s coming in. There's another. Assume hostile. Slava, when? Slava, now. Weapons tight. Weapons free. Slava engaging. Okay. Loiter. Slava has one missile up. Seriously though, this helo, the way it was descending, can it do that again? It's doing 100 feet per second, if not more than that. This cannot be healthy. Actually, it's almost 200 feet per second, so what? That's 60 meters. 200 feet is 60 meters. Times... That's 180 kilometers vertically down. Okay. Well, I hope you can level out. Oh, it's an A7. Interesting. It's the strike plane. Just not the ATGM, or sorry, the ASM carrying one. This is going to potentially be a direct bombing attack. That's what they're up to. Yep, the second A7. Out of commission. Okay, good. Progress. At least we've killed the first two without taking any losses ourselves. Now, regarding my attack on NATO, at least their ships, I don't have many options. I have the sandbox, the SSN-12. They got great range. But the problem is, the enemy ships have lots of capacities and will probably shoot all of them down. As fast and as good as these things are, there's just not enough of them. That leaves me with the second option, which is at the hands of the Sovramenis. They carry the Sunburn, but only with a range of 48 miles. So I need to get closer to them, at which point the harpoons are also going to let loose. Which is not strictly pleasant. Okay, gentlemen. Weapons free. You're gonna go after 7009? No, 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 no. 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 We're not engaging a Tomcat. We're engaging this. You're engaging that. They have just turned around. At a range of 57 miles. That's A6s throwing HGM... No, not HGMs. Just plain broken arrow. Throwing anti-ship missiles at me. And they're now running away. Which means that my missiles might very well not have enough juice to get there. Here it comes. Standard Missile 2 ER. That's going for my MiG-25s. Drop. Let's see if you guys can drop as fast as my helicopter can. Potentially faster. Yeah, that looks pleasant. Hey, if it keeps you alive, I think that's still preferable. In the meanwhile, we got more harpoons coming in. It's the RGM-84 Alpha, which... at this point, I suppose, can be launched by a warship. No, it can't. Warships are too far away. Oh, that's one MiG-25 dead. There's an AIM-54 or 2 coming this way. Oh boy. Cancel that. See, this is the problem. NATO has air superiority here. Oh, juicy. Juicy missiles coming in. Lots of them as well. See where's? Save me! Well, it worked. As long as you pray to the Holy Sea Whiz, it will typically deliver. If not, you didn't pray hard enough. Isn't that how religion works? No. No, I'd like to opt out of that experience. No. 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 Fuck off. Thank you. You still not... well, there yet? Okay. That could be an F-14. Shoot. We're being hit by a radar? Yeah, that's an F-14. Or a very speedy... very, very speedy A6. But I rather doubt that. Can we maybe get some damage in before we take the last missile hit? Because I got nothing left. Not even a gun. Let's go take out this F-14. Oh, there's an AIM-7 coming my way. There it is! Take it out! Yes! F-14's good. Dead. That's the good news. The problem is now, how do I get this thing out of range? I think once the F-14 died, it stopped guiding the missile. I'm gonna do something a little... potentially a little less than optimal. I'm gonna buzz this formation. The reason being, I want to try and get them to waste their missiles at me. Well, that didn't last long. It was fun while it lasted. Come on, F-14, if you want to party, I'm gonna let you party with Slava. Come get me. Just don't shoot a missile at me, please. Now, as long as I can combine this fleet well enough and slowly make my way over to the landing zone, I'll eventually encounter these NATO ships, at which point I can probably start overwhelming them with the sheer amount of missiles that I have. Because if I send them right now, it won't work. So I have to wait for a better opportunity to strike. There are definitely some weirder things going on with the game, because not only have I seen a couple of birds just disappear, just entirely poof gone, but this F-14, I know you can loiter with the bird, but 105 knots? 105 knots airspeed. Supposedly, and I looked this up, if you have an F-14 that is not loaded down, and you have full flaps, full landing configuration, I think they said, this thing supposedly can fly at 150 knots. But 105? You're not some sort of prop plane? Isn't this bird supposed to fall out of the sky at this point? I guess not. But we're about to help it get there, because it has now blundered itself into range of the Slava. And the Slava is not taking prisoners today. The NATO forces have been sending missiles on and off. And so far they've been largely unsuccessful at that. He's not even going to try and defend himself. They've been largely unsuccessful. I haven't suffered a single hit, but that definitely had to do with combining my ships. Because there were a bunch of missiles that got really close. And I was able to thwart those attacks by having overlapping fields of fire. Multiple AA units close together. Had I not had that, I probably wouldn't have had a ship where I have it now. Especially the Isachenkov and Slava. Slava came under attack repeatedly, but nothing too interesting to cover in the video, because every single missile got shot down. So very grateful for that capacity. We are getting closer to when the Groves is going to be in range of her missile launcher. It's really not far now. 3 miles, and at that point I suspect we'll see 16 more harpoons come at us. The good news is they're going to do that in very small batches. We also got an F-14 that is definitely not loitering and coming at us rather quick. But again, they're making it very easy for me to detect them and to promptly engage them. A missile away. I don't have that many more grumbles. I got 26. I don't know how many more air attacks I'm going to suffer through. There's the second bird again. Boom. One gone. Hostile. Slava immediately puts on a fight. I don't know what these F-14s are planning on doing, because they have range. They could have shot a missile at me. Like that. If they wanted to. And they seem to want to. Now, their leader hopefully is going to get shot down. Nope, missed it. Do you think we can intercept that? Hardly. I really don't want to lose this bird. Can we hit an M54? You can't even target the M54. So all that remains to be done is to shoot down the plane guiding that missile. And hope that the Tu-95 is going to be not suffering from any further missile attacks. Where the hell? What? What? What is that missile doing? Look at that. Poof, poof, poof. We have hit 7116. That's the F-14. Of course, this missile can still keep going. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it missed. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. That one crashed. Tu-95 is alive. Alright, so we got the Perry. The Perry's range is now probably 66 something. Yep, 66, 28. Let's see what they do when they get to 65. Because that's when they get into range officially. Oh, we lost target. Tu-95 still climbing. There she is again. There we go. As right on cue, the missiles are being loaded onto the launcher. And she's going to start throwing out harpoons. 1. And this is again a bit of a weak spot for the Soviets, because especially with the only 48-mile range, I cannot even shoot back well enough. And this formation is so damn dangerous that it's also impossible for me to overload them with the missiles from this lava. So we'll just kind of have to, you know, sit here and take it. Go make yourself, well, I was going to say go make yourself useful, but if you go too high, you will get shot down. That is Standard Missile 2s from one of these cruisers. Because that was... oh, what was it? 100%. Was it a Leahy? Leahy class cruiser? You still at it? Yeah, she's still at it. Whee! Reloading. Not reloading. Well, you're hardly out of missiles. You carry 16 of those, so where's the rest? Imagine this thing is flying too low at 1,000 feet. Yeah, I can't hit that. Okay, how much longer do we have to sail? Expected time, 450. 353. Still, that's a heck of a long time. What are you? And why are you coming in here at 35 knots? Answer me. Does not respond. Alright, your funeral. I might not be able to hit them if they're in batches, but I can hit them if they're alone. Here comes the first harpoon. Look at everybody kicking into action. That might actually cost me too many missiles. I need you to fire a salvo of 4 missiles at that ship. One away. That's a nice dual launch. And the gun going at it. Look at her go. Sovremeni in full fight mode. Harpoon intercepted. I don't exactly know what this is. We're picking it up on their emissions. It's not a merchant because it's way too fast at 35 knots. Could it be an attack boat? Like a Pegasus? Because that would explain why there was a bunch of missiles coming from this area that fast. We're still not launching more. Good. That would explain a lot. Missed. Miss, 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 miss. Damn it. Hit. Slava. Down to 16 grumbles and 33 geckos. 32 goblets. 29 gadflies. 67 goblets. Now we're talking. But your range is not spectacular, is it? Oh, it's 30 miles. It's good enough. Timoshenko has range. It's annoying that these things come in as slowly as they do. Because I'm wasting a lot of missiles at it. But I find it a bit challenging to tell one of them not to shoot. Okay. Are we indeed targeting a Pegasus, or what? Yeah, it's shooting back at me, that's for sure. Pegasus. There. Pegasus fast attack boat. Or rather, it was. She's gone. Nice little hydrofoil you got there. Shame something happened to it. There's another one of those bastards. Okay, the good news is they're very easy to deal with. Because essentially you just need a single shot at them. Not with a Silex, no. Where is it Chinkov? No. Sovremeni. I need you to send one. Target 7130. Execute. That's not the right missile type. So going to change course and then engage. We're still seeing harpoons fly in. Are you done? Yeah. It's not them. It's not them. Okay. So the mission's not 100% the same. That's interesting. It's a bit different. There's the missile. Sunburn going out to meet it. Arguably I fired way too many of these sunburns at the target. Because one is going to kill it. Boom. So sending 4 was major overspend. But okay. So from any range, 60 miles. We need more. Well, less, rather. Okay, this is a bigger one. I think the rest of the formation has also gathered that they're in range now, and they're all shooting me. So this is good news and bad news. Good news because it means that if these guys start sending more missiles, I can shoot them down, ideally in smaller portions. However, for NATO, it also means that they have wasted their missiles. They've wasted their longer attack options. And after that, they're basically down to standard missiles. Which aren't that spectacular. They are not that good at engaging targets. We have one more getting awfully close here. There you go. Slava. No, this was the Petropavlovsk. She's still got plenty of missiles. The Slava is out of her grumbles. That's the SAN-6s. Gone. So no more long-range AA kills for me. We'll just have to do without those. But seemingly the formation is doing just fine. We still have plenty of missiles available. Good. Sometime later, I'm starting to believe there's just 3 ships. If you're playing the NATO side, you're seeing 4. You have control over 4 ships. I'm just seeing 3. Where's the last one? Unless there isn't a last one. And normally, I would go and investigate with a helicopter or a plane flying too close. But if this is, let's say if there's one of those long-range ships that, as opposed to the Perry, doesn't carry Standard Missile 1, but carries Standard Missile 2 ER, I'm not going to take any chances. I'm not going to go in there and look. So we're going to shoot them. That's the plan. I have the missiles on the Buvoy. That's 822 Sunburns. And I'm going to shoot a few at the Perry. Ideally also at 7121, so we're going to have to close the distance a bit. I think that they're not really able to shoot me anymore, because I've thwarted a few more attacks with harpoons. So I suspect that all the harpoons are gone. Oh, it's a Virginia. Yes. That would be the ER launch. No, it's the medium range launcher. Huh. Okay. That's a 25 mile range. That's not that dangerous. See, these things have been flying in decent numbers towards my fleet. The Perry was launching them. And then player number 3. Who... There you were. Yeah, this is the guy. Standard Missile 2 ER launcher on the bow. If that's it, I'm going to shoot them. I just need to overwhelm them. And I was thinking it's 4 ships, so the Slava can't do it, but the Slava can do it. If it's 4 ships, 16 missiles might not cut it. If it is not, then we can just send them. And I believe that the sandbox is the one that has, incorporates an inter-missile data link that allows the majority of the missiles to stay at a low altitude while a single missile flies high, acting as the target spotter. It also carries defensive ECM to increase survivability against anti-air defenses. So what we're going to do, send all of it. 16, shoot. Just in that general direction and have fun. And thankfully, they can do this very quickly. Which is very much important as you want to overwhelm their missile defenses. I think that's the entire starboard side gone. Now for the port side. I don't quite get why they don't launch these 2 at a time. Because isn't it so that you can launch from one side and from the other at the same time? Or would those missiles collide in midair? Oh, look at that! Standard Missile 2 ER. Already... That's a bit confusing. Already going out to meet them. And as they're at this altitude, they are easy to intercept. But that's just the leader. The other ones are all wingman of 1259, which I think is the highest missile here. Yep, this is the boss, flying at 2,000 feet. If this thing gets shot down, well, so be it. I got more. Turn on the map layers, weapon seekers. Yeah, they're definitely going to find stuff. The Leahy is going at it. They got launchers on the bow and the stern. They got many of those missiles aboard. So I probably will lose a few missiles. But they will lose a few ships. Yep, a couple have targeted the Perry. Please tell me not everything is going to hit the Perry. Good lord, I mean to destroy multiple ships, not one. I thought I'm going to target generally in this direction so that these missiles will go, yeah, we don't all need to target one frigate. But I guess I might have slightly underestimated the level of intellect of these birds. I just intercepted a lot of them in one go. Kill it. That'll take it out. No! No! Can you just sink instantly? Oh, god damn it. There's not going to be enough left of the Stefan W. Groves here. Because she's going to get hit by like 4 or 5 more. Okay. Yeah, we hit them. Inter-missile link communication. Yes. About that. Okay, so I got sunburns. And they're gonna have to pull their weight. Great. That's not how I expected that attack to go. Let's see if the sunburns are gonna have a better time. I'm gonna go 4 and 4. That's 4 against Virginia, 4 against the Leahy. And I also have a few more on the Sovrameni, but just 3. It's not many, but the good news is there aren't that many ships left. So 2 on Virginia and a single shot on the Leahy. Execute. 1, 2, and 3. They should be arriving at the targets relatively at the same time, from 2 slightly different angles, although not by much. And hopefully they will not find the Perry, or the Groves in this case, but I rather doubt that. So, these guys are going to have a much more interesting time, and these things fly low, these missiles at 46 feet. Which means more difficult to intercept, so good luck to the Mississippi and the Dale. They are maneuvering like they're aware that something's up. Whether that's going to be enough to stop them remains to be seen. We are 5 miles out from Virginia. Sorry, Mississippi. Guns. She's turning out. Sea Whiz. Hit. 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 That's 3. There's more on the way. Come on, can we get one more? Hit. Destroyed. Next. Dale. Hit. 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 That's the end of them. 4. Missed 1. 5. There we go. Assess all NATO forces have been eliminated. Amphibious forces are preparing to move ashore now. Victory is ours, comrades. Job done. Excellent. So in this mission you don't actually have to go all the way there. Once you have your objective completed, i.e. take out the NATO counter operation, you're done. Take out the NATO formation and you're done. So that means on to the next mission. Looking forward to it. I'll see you guys there.